Healing your feminine energy is a lot more than how others perceive you as feminine. It is about embodying what you really truly feel like your feminine energy is. Because a lot of the times we will try to be performative and fit into some mold of what femininity looks like in society. But in reality, there's not one way to go about feminine energy. There's so many various ways, but proving yourself is not one of them. When you try to curate your feminine energy around getting attention from men, you turn into a pick-me. Okay? And as someone who has mommy issues, I'm really going to be talking about healing the feminine wound today because it's something I've been working on in the last year and I feel like I've excelled in because I've just done so much work around getting rid of this mother wound that I have, that I've really been able to step into my feminine and embody what I've always wanted to be, like as I grew up into a woman, you know? If you're new here, my name's Natalie and this is the Improvement for Imbeciles podcast. This is where I share ways in which I'm getting my shit together so that you can get your shit together. So if that sounds good to you, be sure to hit that subscribe button and also make sure you guys like this video if you resonate with my message. I'm gonna be going into the mother wound today. Okay, I'm a fellow mommy issue girly and I understand how hard it can be to step into your feminine energy when you've been wounded by the figure who is supposed to teach you about how to nurture and protect this feminine energy. You might find yourself in situations where you are giving your feminine energy up way too easily, or you're having to overcompensate and step into your masculine energy. And so I know a lot of you who come to my channel, you know, there's a lot of different genders on my channel. This is going to be one for people who identify as feminine. So if you're wanting to step more into your feminine energy, this is the video for you. I also have an audio version on my podcast on Spotify. So if you're listening in, there's honestly not much visuals. It's just me looking pretty. So no, but that's actually tea because as I started to embrace my feminine energy, I genuinely feel like I have this feminine glow to me. And I also just feel myself a lot more happy. Like I look a lot more happy. Like people will literally tell me, you look so different. And have I changed anything about my makeup routine? Have I done anything different? No, I've just learned how to step into my feminine energy and utilize that to my benefit. I've been doing the shadow work. I've been going into those deep, dark places that I don't really like looking at within myself, but it's so necessary and worth it if you really want to unlock your greatest potential. First things first, I need to validate you and how wonderful and beautiful and strong you are for going through the relationship that you have with your mother with so much grace. I really need you to acknowledge how hard it is to actually have a dysfunctional relationship with your mother. If you're coming to this video and you're wanting to heal the mother wound, even if you have a dysfunctional relationship with your parent in general, growing up with various traumas is just a very difficult thing to go through, but it does affect your feminine energy in so many different ways because you have to almost take after yourself and step into that masculine role, especially if you have both daddy and mommy issues. And yeah, it's not something that we like to talk about all the time, but it's something that's so necessary when discussing these topics of feminine and masculine energy. Because so much of the way we relate to our own energies is taught to us through the way we grow up and through our childhood. And so throughout this video, I'd like you to keep that nuance in mind when we discuss these tips I'm going to be sharing with you guys, because every single person's experiences are different. And I want to validate that process for you because it's very difficult, but it's also so necessary. And I want you to come up with your own interpretations throughout the video because it's not a one size fits all, you know, like my femininity is going to be completely different from your femininity and the way you heal and move about your life. First things first, grab a piece of paper. And on this piece of paper, I just want you to ask yourself, how do I define feminine energy? Describe feminine energy. The adjectives I came up with are empathy, nurturing, intuition, creativity, and flow. Just start writing everything that comes up for you when you hear the word feminine energy. Because oftentimes when you just ask yourself, you know, what are my blocks? How do I feel about feminine energy? It'll come out in the way you choose to describe feminine energy. So if you were to ask me this like a year before, I would describe feminine energy as emotional, secretive, deceptive. I would use a lot of describing words that have a negative connotation because that's kind of what I experienced through my life. Feminine energy is the ability to nurture yourself and in doing so, receive. I think the biggest thing about feminine energy is our ability to tap into our natural manifestation skills. After you're done writing that down, I want you to ask yourself, what has wounded my femininity? And just start writing. Like, and this is so important before going into the rest of the tips of this video, because until you've identified with yourself what things you have felt wounded your femininity, you're not going to be able to take steps in order to heal them. For me, one of the biggest things that I feel like has wounded my feminine energy is hustle culture, right? This idea that we just have to work, and barely get any reward. In the past, it's limited my creativity and made me think so small of my life, so much so that I almost suppressed my own manifestation powers. And I know that sounds really silly, like, oh, I have powers, but if you have feminine energy, you have the power to manifest. Like, this idea that you have to work super hard for a minuscule reward is a sign of an overabundance of masculine energy, because you're tapping into the masculine, which is I need to work in order to prove myself, rather than I am already worthy and I'm going to intuitively work in order to attract what I want. And it sounds so silly, but I don't chase, I attract. And so with these exercises I'm about to show you, we are going to be getting right into how you can tap back in to that energy. First things first, release the struggle mindset. Okay? You don't need to struggle in order to live. You are not made to struggle. I'm going to ask you a question. And if that piece of paper is still right there, I want you to write this down. What is blocking you from allowing things to be easy? And go into trauma with this. Go into why you feel like you have to be self-sufficient, why you feel like you have to turn down help, why you feel like you have to do these things in your life. It's like there's a misconception there that working smarter and not harder is somehow making you lazy, when in reality, men do that all the time. Men will outsource their labor and not think twice about it. In fact, they usually outsource their domestic labor to women. The solution to this is start seeing the value of your labor. Start seeing the value of what you bring to your job, what you bring to your side hustle, what you bring to the things in your life, because your value is not based on how hard you work. And this conditioning goes very deep because of the society we live in, but at the end of the day, stop associating your work with how much you're actually worth. This struggle mindset cuts you off from the ease and flow and receptivity of the feminine energy. So do me a favor and let yourself feel at ease. Allow things to be easy. Allow people to help you. Affirm to yourself that you can allow joy, peace, and abundance to enter your life and not feel guilty about it. That is your birthright. Also, I already went into it a little bit, but number 2 is to detach your worth from overachievement. It's very much associated with that struggle mindset, but it goes even deeper, because when we think about the mother wound, oftentimes our mothers placed expectation on us of what we should be achieving in life. And this caused us to associate our worth with what we were currently doing, whether that was our grades, sports, how much we were helping around the home. If you had younger brothers and sisters, maybe you took on a lot of the burden of raising your siblings. A lot of those things happen where we feel obligated to step into our masculine energy, especially when a masculine energy isn't present. We step into that role out of necessity. But as time goes on, we still have those characteristics, and we need to train ourselves and unlearn those things in order to be more in a flow state. You are worthy for doing nothing. You are worthy because you exist. You are worthy because your essence is necessary in this life. And does that mean you want to work? Of course, we want to provide value in our lives. But stop associating that work with how much you are actually worth. Your value is immeasurable. You are so abundant. And I want you to see that when you recognize your own value is not based on how hard you're working, you can truly embody that feminine energy because you stop having to prove yourself, which goes into my third point. Stop trying to prove yourself. I'm going to tell you a scenario. And in this scenario, a woman wants to get more attention from men. So therefore, she steps more into her feminine energy. And this feminine energy is an idealized version of what men think of women. She bases her femininity off of what men think and how men perceive women. Over time, this woman starts implementing certain personality traits that she believes to be feminine, and she goes into various different female friend groups, and all of them kind of have the same vibe from her. Whenever she's around men, she just acts different, and they can't really put their finger on it, but something just seems really, really ingenuine. That, my friends, is what we all know as a pick-me-sha. Okay? A pick-me. right? We don't like pick-me's. And the reason why when women try to appease men, they turn into pick-me's, it's because the way in which men view women is so far away from what femininity actually is. And you are basing your interpretation of your own femininity on how you are being accepted or rejected. And what is that called? Proving energy. A lot of women, in order to get more attention from men, will step into this proving energy of, I'm going to be hyper feminine in order to attract more men into my life. Red flag, stop, do not pass go, do not collect $200. You are doing it all wrong. You ever notice how that one woman who just doesn't care about men and literally just is mean to men, like literally just doesn't even care about them, is often seen as so hot? Literally so hot. You are so willing to give yourself up to these type of men because subconsciously you are trying to prove yourself over and over that you are worthy of being provided for. And that brings you out of your feminine energy because, again, feminine energy is about receiving. Why don't you allow things to be easy? Why don't you allow yourself to be in your feminine energy and be comfortable within yourself? Because as soon as you stop resisting your feminine energy, you will finally step into it. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you attract. It doesn't matter if you attract men or not if you're in your feminine energy, because you're not dependent on those men. You choose, you get to pick. Which brings me to number 4, prioritize self-nurturing. Okay, and what this means is you are a priority. Make yourself a priority and everything else will fall into place for you. And this is so extremely important because a lot of times women will, again, try to prove ourselves. And just a side note, I feel like there's a collective awakening right now where so many women are waking up to their own potential and who they truly are. And that's what's so important about your feminine energy and nurturing it. Because if you don't nurture your own feminine energy, you stop seeing the value in it and you start giving it to those who don't necessarily deserve it. And back to mommy issues, why it's so important to do shadow work behind your relationship with your mother is oftentimes your mother didn't teach you how to prioritize yourself. And that's not necessarily their fault in some ways because, you know, some of our mothers were single mothers or had mental health issues or whatever the case is. But being able to look at your own relationship with your mother can really teach you the ways in which you need to nurture yourself so that you can tap back into this energy and stop having resentment and resistance to your feminine energy. One of the best ways you can do this is by enjoying your own company. Take a quiet bath. Learn how to journal, go on solo dates, go to one of your favorite restaurants. Like, don't allow one experience to overrule your entire life and be able to have empathy for yourself for everything you've been through. I know this video just got really, really deep, really, really fast, but I think it's so important to acknowledge the ways in which masculine energy has hurt you in order to heal your feminine energy because you've had to step into that masculine in order to really protect yourself. And I hate that that's the world we live in, and I know it just got really, really deep, but having empathy for the things that have happened to you is a very, very essential step because you can acknowledge, I understand where this wounded femininity has come from, but I'm going to dismiss it and allow myself to step back into my feminine energy and really love myself for exactly who I am. Who you are is so goddamn special. Bestie, who you are is so goddamn special. Don't let anyone forget that. Don't let anyone forget that, especially yourself. Which brings me to number 5, know your worth inside and out, and don't be afraid to walk away. The most feminine thing you can do is when your feminine energy is not being acknowledged and reciprocated and valued, is to remove your energy from places that are not valuing you. Don't overgive in order to prove yourself. Don't. Just don't. Leave. Healthy masculine energy is proving yourself in order to feel a sense of value. So when men say, this is what I am, and start listing off their own qualities, it works for them oftentimes because they're in their healthy masculine and they need to divide and conquer in some weird way, shape, and form. However, when women try to, use those same tactics as men and we go, this is how I'm valuable, it just devalues those things because the ways in which feminine energy flourishes are often things that don't even need to be said. If you disrespect my feminine energy, I'm not going to do much because in my absence is where you'll find how potent my presence was. Always be able to walk away and learn that some things are not worth fighting for because you're not meant to fight. Okay, you're not meant to fight for your feminine energy. You're meant to protect your feminine energy. And that's tea. And last but not least, be able to have fun. Okay, girls just want to have fun. So if you want to step more into your feminine energy, I really think you should just allow yourself to play and just have fun. Surround yourself with a good group of women. And so I know a lot of people who have trouble with feminine energy have a really, really hard time attracting women who are genuine good women. And the thing is, you need to look within. Okay? Healthy women are out there, but attracting only toxic women often reveals a certain part of yourself because you don't have the red flags in your own brain to recognize when a woman is in her toxic feminine, right? Something I did recently is I actually competed in my first ever pageant, and it was such a beautiful experience because I got to connect with so many hardworking, beautiful women, and we just learned so much about each other, and it was just such a beautiful experience because I was able to make lifelong connections and be around women who are also empowering and, share my experiences with these women and really hear them out. So ways you can find good feminine groups, you need to go to places where women like you would be. And that takes getting out of your comfort zone and also dismantling this idea that all women are toxic and all women are deceptive and all women are liars. And you know what I mean? Like, you need to really heal your feminine energy in order to attract other women who will match your level of awareness at the end of the day. Because I understand what it's like to have toxic friendships. I made a whole entire video about that months ago, but there's also a part of yourself that you need to heal in order to sustain long-term female friendships. And trust me on this, it's so worth it when you find a group of girls. I can make a whole entire YouTube video on that. So much of my life, I've resisted my feminine energy and kind of been in this toxic feminine energy. And over the last year, I've really healed that, and I've been the happiest I've ever been, genuinely. I've created a beautiful community of over 100,000 subscribers, of beautiful people who want to improve their lives, all because I tapped into my feminine energy and trusted in my creativity and my passions. That being said, thank you guys so much for 100,000 subscribers. That is insane. I waited until the end of the video to talk about it because I wanted to get straight to the point because I was rambling a lot at the beginning. But I'm gonna be doing an unboxing of my plaque, and in that video, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I decided to wait until my plaque arrives because it's gonna arrive in about 5 days, so I was just like, let me just do the giveaway video once the plaque arrives. That way I don't have to, have multiple videos that aren't related to 100K. I'm gonna do something special for you guys for the giveaway. So I'm just so blessed. Like, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Improvement for Imbeciles podcast. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and go check out my podcast on all platforms as well as my social medias. With that being said, besties, I hope you learned how to tap into your feminine energy today. I'll see you guys next week.